You can hire world-class international talent, AI researchers, machine learning engineers, people with skills you simply can't find domestically without sponsoring a visa. No lottery, no filing fees, no sponsorship liability for your company. In this video, I'll show you exactly how that model works. It's a structure that's been proven for over 15 years in the most heavily scrutinized corners of U.S. immigration, and most employers have never heard of it. By the end, you'll know exactly what your company would actually sign, what you'd pay the government, which is nothing, and why this changes who you can hire. Let me guess where you are right now. You've got a senior technical role that's been open for months. Every strong candidate you find is either taken or fielding offers you can't match. And at some point, maybe more than once, you interviewed someone brilliant, perfect fit, published work, rare skills, exactly what you needed. Then they mentioned they'd need sponsorship, and you quietly ended the process. I want you to notice something about that decision. It wasn't a talent decision, it was a paperwork assumption. You assumed sponsorship means your company files with the government, pays the fees, carries the legal relationship, and holds the risk if anything goes wrong. And for the visa, most companies know, the H-1B, that's basically true. It's a lottery that rejects most entries, no matter how good the candidate is. And right now, there's a $100,000 fee on new H-1B petitions from abroad, currently in effect and being fought in the court. So your fear isn't irrational. It's just aimed at the wrong visa, because there's a different category built for exactly the caliber of person you passed on, where your company never files anything at all. It's called the O1, the visa for people with extraordinary ability in their field. And before you picture Nobel Prize winners, the government's own bar is meeting 3 of 8 criteria. Things like published research, original contributions to the field, a critical role at a well-known company, pay above their peers. A strong senior researcher or engineer may already have much of that evidence. But here's the part that matters for you: the structure. Most people assume the employer has to be the petitioner, the one who files with the government. On the O1, there's a second lane. It's called the agent-based model. An authorized agent, a talent agency, files the petition and carries the entire legal process. The agent is the petitioner, not you. So what's your role? This, 1 page. It's called an interest letter, a formal statement that your company intends to engage this person for work in the U.S. It's formatted to government standards, and it becomes part of their petition evidence. It is not an employment contract. It doesn't obligate you to hire them, and you don't pay the government anything. Think about how a studio casts a top actor. The studio doesn't become the actor's agent. It doesn't manage their paperwork or their business affairs. The agent does all of that. The studio signs for the engagement. Same shape here. The talent arrives represented. Your signature is for the work, not for the immigration process. 3 things that means in practice. 1, no petitioner liability. The agent files and carries the petition. The sponsorship risk never sits with your company. 2, no fee and no lottery. The O1 has no annual cap and no random selection. It's decided on merit. And with premium processing, the government has to act on a petition within 15 business days. Call it about 3 weeks. 3, no employment lock-in. The letter authorizes the work. It doesn't chain you to the hire. And one more thing, for anyone who's ever touched the traditional sponsorship world, there's no labor market test. You never have to advertise the role or prove to the Department of Labor that no American could do the job. That entire machinery just isn't part of this. Now, the obvious question. If this is real, why isn't everyone doing it? Because the agent-based structure didn't grow up in tech. It grew up in industries where elite people never work for one employer. Championship sport, entertainment, media. When a world-class athlete needs to train with one organization, compete for another, and sign endorsements with a third, a single employer visa is useless. So agents became the petitioners, and the model got stress tested in the most demanding corner of U.S. immigration, cases with brutal scrutiny and unforgiving timelines. That's the world our team comes from. 15 plus years of agent-based O1 and P1 petitions for world champion athletes, professional sports franchises, and major media and financial companies. Federal litigation that shaped how the government evaluates agent-petitioned cases. Published contributors to the leading legal treatise on immigration for artists, entertainers, and athletes. Here's what matters for you. The extraordinary ability standard is the same law whether the person holds a title belt or a patent portfolio. Same criteria, same process. The machine that was built for the hardest cases works exactly the same way for an AI researcher. It just took this long for someone to open it up to regular employers. Before you go sign anything, let me be straight with you, because this is where most videos would oversell. This is not a loophole, and it's not effortless. The O1 has a genuinely high bar. The candidate has to prove extraordinary ability against the government's criteria with real evidence. And the legal filing itself is handled by a licensed immigration attorney, not by us and not by you. So what I'm telling you is not that the process is trivial. It's that your side of it is radically smaller than you assumed. An agent files, an attorney handles the law, you sign one page. So here's what to do with this. O1D Match is where this model lives, a marketplace of pre-vetted candidates. Every one of them scored against the government's own criteria before you ever see a profile. Engineers, researchers, specialists in the fields where hiring is hardest. And right now, during launch, employer access is completely free. You can post a role or browse talent in a few minutes. The link's below. If you'd rather talk it through first, request a call. A real person on our team gets back to you, usually the same business day. One question I haven't answered, and it's the one every operator asks next. Okay, but what does this actually cost? And how long does it really take? Real numbers, no rounding. That's the next video. Watch that one next.